Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Shadow Chandelure in the Summer Cup, and honestly I have to say I am so happy. I'm so happy that I can showcase it now because we got some battles sent to us here. And I was really looking into trying to build this Pokemon for this cup, but I just did not have this Pokemon anymore. And so, yeah, I kind of was hoping that someone would send in some battles with that, so I'm very excited for this. I have not taken a look at it yet. I just saw that they, I think they edited the video already, so like I don't really have to do anything, which is of course lovely for myself. Yeah, I don't really have to do anything here for the video, which is kind of nice. But anyway, you're gonna see the Skeletor here, you're gonna get farmed almost like from the Chandelure. You kind of want to use a shield. Oh, you don't want to use a shield. Okay, then you don't gonna get farmed on by the Chandelure either, and I don't think this was the right call here to do, because, yeah, you are going to be in a very tough spot now. Shadow Ball gonna get shielded, let's see. Oh, Talonflame. This actually still might be possible to be winning here. Like, that is mad. If you can come back from this one, this would be insane. Great fast move timing, by the way. This is ideal fast move timing because you went up to 3 fast moves of your own, and you can even knock them out before they can go for a charge move. That is ridiculous. Let's take a look at this. Goodbye, Talonflame. Let's see what's coming in there. It's going to be that Quagsire, so I guess Credilli was just way too strong for that opponent. That is ridiculous. I wanted to see something from the Chandelure here, but Credilli is taking the spotlight so far. What a game that was. Honestly, like, you were in such a bad position. I did not expect that you would be able to come back from this. Speaking of bad position, I mean, it is kind of what it is. Like, you're going to be able to outspeed the opponent. You are going to be able to resist the fast move, if you can really say that, looking at the damage that the opponent already did. And you can take the move on the Credilli. A very interesting play here. Very well executed though, and we're gonna see also the Poliwrath coming in here. So I guess you're trying to bait out the counter users for your Vigoroth to sweep endgame with this team, which is going to, I guess, work out here so far. You're going to maybe use a shield here. Yes, you decide to use a shield because you kind of have to get rid of the shields from the opponent here, because as you're gonna see as well, you're going to have kind of some struggles against a Poliwrath. Poliwrath can be quite tricky for you, but at least you can incinerate them down now. You can, and you have to use a shield if you want to get the move through, and this is going to be a Scald or an Icy Wind. Icy Wind is going to be way worse, and the opponent goes back into the Toxapex. You can overfarm by a little bit here as well if you wanted to. I think you would have been... no. Actually, I think this is the right call to do as well. The opponent decides to use a shield, and they're going to have that Charger Bug in the back. I think this is actually an okay matchup for you. The thing is here, I think you should be able to CMP try with the secondary charge move there on their second charge move, because now they need one more fast move, I think, to get there, and you should be able to reach that body slam in time. Exactly, you win the CMP tie, and so this is looking kind of decent for you. The opponent is forced to go for a charge move with that Toxapex, and so you're going to be kind of fine here. One Incinerate should be all it takes to knock them out, and we will see the Brian going to connect here. Incinerate going to knock them out, and we can move on to the next opponent. I actually know that opponent. That is hilarious. Hopefully he gets wrecked. No, like, he is actually a very cool dude as well, and sent in some cool battles before as well. So nice to see him there as well. Right? But yeah, again, like, hopefully he gets wrecked by a Chandelure, which would be kind of hilarious. Because, like, usually the opponent here that they're playing are very known for running some spicier stuff, which is kind of cool, at least on my channel so far. And so I kind of like to always see, like, those people that actually know already, which is kind of hilarious. But anyway, we're going to see the body slam, going to connect here, and the Charger Bug is coming back in, going to encounter now, of course, that Chandelure. This is going to do quite a lot of damage if they let this move go through, which they do, and one more Incinerate is all it takes to knock them out. In comes the final... Oh, never mind, there's not going to be Pokemon coming in here anymore. Next opponent, this is going to... It's honestly like so much fun to watch this battle, like, I have to say. Like, Vigoroth is gonna get melted here, literally. Like, look at the damage output of the Shadow Chandelure here. It is quite mad. In comes Greedent, that is totally okay. We can go ahead and go for another charge move here. This is going to be that Flame Charge, and also Vigoroth can just counter them down. Going to be able to take just neutral damage from the Greedent while doing super effective damage back is quite a nice trade-off here, as they can still go for another Body Slam, but you can still knock them out before they can do anything else. As we will be able to see here that the opponent is going to go back into most likely the lead that they had, which is going to be that... Never mind, it's going to be a Trevenant. And this Pokemon also does not really want to encounter the Chandelure either, but you maybe want to align your Credilli against this Pokemon, I would imagine, because you still take quite a lot of damage from them. So let's see what you're going to do. You actually go ahead and go to the Chandelure, which I guess is also fine. Flame Charge is coming in, which is quite nice because it forced the final shield from the opponent. And they actually swap out, which is a crazy mistake by them, I would say. I don't think this was like a right call from them to swap out of here. I think they could have just farmed you all the way down, but it is what it is. We're gonna see here you overfarming quite a bit, which is, I think, the right call as well. The Rockside is going to connect, going to be able to get the knockout, and in comes the Trevenant, which is going to now take one charge. But I think this was not the... Oh, wait. This did way more damage than I expected, and you can actually bullet seed them down. That is wild. Next opponent, maintaining the lead. This is going to be a very awkward one for you, but you can take at least 2 fast moves and then swap out maybe. Or you just gonna stay in here and just let that go through. Actually, we'll swap out after 2 fast moves basically, but you decide to keep your... I guess you keep your flame charge here, which is kind of cool for the future. Credilli is going to be able to still do some decent damage. I think you might actually win the 0 shields against the Vigoroth, because Germnaa would knock them out from this range now. And you should be able to take a body slam or like a rock slide from the opponent. And so, yeah, you can go for the grass knot and win the 0 shield scenario, which is kind of cool. So actually, Credilli as a save swap seems to be very good in the current meta as well. The opponent is going to go into their Mantine as they can retaliate with that Rock Slide. Rock Slide is going to get some shields most likely, exactly, and they can go for the full farm now, which you kind of want to prevail here as well as you swap out into that Vigoroth. A Vigoroth having a Rock Slide as well is going to do some super effective damage back here. Let's see what the opponent's gonna do. They decide to go for another Aerial Ace, and you cannot try to win this battle here, I feel like, with the Chandelure in the back. If they use a shield, Chandelure has a Shadow Ball. If they don't use a shield, they're gonna go down. In comes a Whiscash, and this is going to be kinda awkward for you, because you're kinda going to be forced to catch a move eventually here. Like, the opponent gets so much energy, like, I think you're going to lose this. I don't think there's a way of winning this battle. They just have too much energy. Basically, unless you're gonna catch now the next Mud Bomb coming through onto the Credilli. Why did the opponent do this? Like, there was no reason for the opponent to do this, but this is going to give you a chance of winning this battle, as a double flame charge might be enough. The opponent should let the first move go through, but they don't. And so, yeah, this game is over. That is quite wild. Again, like, the opponent definitely misplayed the end game there. Next opponent. Let's see, Blaziken. Blaziken is going to be quite a decent one, actually, I would say. As they swap out into the Quagsire, you can retaliate with a Grass-type Pokemon here. You might even want to go for a Rock Slide, because, honestly, like, the opponent doesn't do that much damage against you, and you take another move anyway now. And I guess, like, Rock Slide would put them kind of into range for you to farm them down. Let's see, but you decide to still go for the Grass. Like, Rock Slide does, like, I think 25% or whatever. I feel like Grass Knot is the better play to go for. Now Rock Slide is maybe the better play to go for, because now they're going to be a little bit more into range for that move. Let's see what you're gonna do here. Still gonna go for the Grass Knot here for sure. Rock Slide would have been enough to knock them out, I feel like, but it is still fine if you go for the safe play and you get rewarded by it. Like, it's still going to be okay. Okay, this is going to be wild. I think I actually would have swapped out and tried to sacrifice my Vigoroth against this Pokemon here, like before you actually go for the charge move, because now you kind of cleared your own buff there, which does not really make too much sense. And before you could have just like let everything go through against your Vigoroth and just try to win it with the Chandelure later on. Here, you're going to be able to take the Drill Pack and you can just go for the full farm down, as the opponent is going to forfeit this battle. Next opponent, Zapdos again. This is going to be great for you. This does, like, look at the damage. Like, this does, like, so much damage. It's so mad. Honestly, like, what the hell? You should be able to go for the full farm down. I think you're going to be fine here. I think the opponent doesn't get to another move. They should have not get to another move here, but the game is the game. So, like, yeah, this is kind of awkward for you, because, like, you definitely did the right call there. Just the Niantic allowing the opponent to get the charge move off, even though, like, usually they should not be able to do that. But in comes the Quagsire. Interesting that they no-shielded that move as well. So you're going to be in a tough spot. But now, honestly, kind of the tables might turn, because you're going to have that Vigoroth against you. And Vigoroth is forced to go for charge moves. And Vigoroth does not do too much anymore against Credilli. And you're actually in a very decent spot, as Credilli is going to get a line lay down against the Quagsire. I feel like you're going to have a very decent win chance here later on. You can go even into the Chandelure if you want to, just to get rid of some of their energy, which you do. I feel like you should have got the knockout here again. Like, you're so unfortunate with that kind of stuff. But yeah, you're going to be able to go for the full farm down here. The opponent swaps onto the Quagsire. They still have one shield left, so I feel like Rock Slide is the best play to go for. And yeah, just try to get them just low. I feel like maybe Nah, like, you definitely should go for Rock Slide here. You definitely should go for Rock Slide here. It's the better play to go for. Double Rock Slide is the way of winning this game here. This is going to be easily enough. The opponent uses shield. They don't have enough energy. And so that's going to be it for this battle here as well. As the Quagsire goes down, you can just farm down the Vigoroth and win this battle. Chandelure against the Girafarig. This is something where you swap out straight away. Okay, that's quite interesting. What I would have done would have most likely been like maybe go for 2 fast moves on the Chandelure and then swap out, because then you would basically take the damage of the 3rd confusion on your Pokemon you swapped out to, which is kind of nice. So yeah, basically you get 2 times Incinerate through for only taking 2 confusions, which is kind of cool on that one. But like, I guess the opponent is going to be now 2 shields down. And being 2 shields down is not a smart play against the Chandelure. Like, Chandelure basically destroys everything if you have a shield advantage. Like, I don't think there's a single Pokemon that can take on the Chandelure here. Maybe like a Water Gun Shadow user, like, I don't know. Honestly, don't really know which Shadow Pokemon learns Water Gun right now, but maybe stuff like this would be able to knock you out. Still, Chowderbug here would have been better to go for the Rock Slide, but it is what it is. Maybe you just want to get some more farm here anyway with your Chandelure, which does make sense as well. Just go for the full farm down. Having a ton of energy is always kind of great to have, and so yeah, this is going to look quite nice for you. You still have a shield advantage, you have a ton of energy, you know, 1 Pokemon that goes down to 1 charge move from the Chandelure, and it is going to be a Whiscash in the bag. And this is definitely not ideal, but let's take a look at the damage of a Shadow Ball. Boom, and doing quite a lot, but I don't think this is going to be great for you now. I don't know, can you still win this battle? It is going to be quite a tough one. A Mud Bomb coming through. You can actually get the farm down. I thought this would not knock them out, but now Girafarig is going to go down to that Flame Charge. Goodbye there, Chandelure, knocking them out again. Honestly, I feel like this Pokemon is so much fun. Like, it's such a cool Pokemon. We're going to have the Stunfisk here. That's going to be a great matchup for the Credilli, but not so much for your lead there. So, you could have actually stayed in for like 2 fast moves again and tried to sweep like endgame a little bit more, but here, the opponent went for Discharge, didn't they? Like, Discharge is not the way to go. Like, Mud Bomb is always the better way to go for the Stunfisk, but here you can just go for the Body Slam spam, maybe even get a shield or something. Which you do, which the opponent didn't have to use here, but that is going to be great, as you can take another Discharge, and I don't know why they go for that. Meowscarada. That is mad. That's actually a Pokemon I kind of would like to showcase now, just because I never really thought about it, and Leaf Edge plus the Night Slash is kind of a fun combination, but that's not really the point of the video, and that's still a very interesting, spicy pick from the opponent, as Flame Charge is gonna get shielded, and you can go into the Credilli, get a ton of energy, and basically there's next to nothing that really wants to come into Credilli in this meta. The only one would be Ferrothorn, which I don't know if they have in the bag, but like, honestly, that was already kind of mad spice from both sides so far. Let's see. The Rock Slide is going to knock them out here for sure. Like, the opponent is not going to enjoy this one, and let's see what's going to be in the back. It's going to be a Shiftry. Okay, it does make kind of sense because Meowscarada and Shiftry have the same typing, and so you kind of have an ABB style line for the opponent here, which is kind of hilarious because nobody is running this kind of like this, but it is still going to be okay for you. Leaf Blade is going to knock you out, and you can just go for 2 Incinerates, and that is going to be game. 1 shield, 1 knockout, and we can move on to the next opponent. So, let's take a look after that screenshot what they're going to have to face here. Oh, that's horrible. Kingdra is like one of the worst possible Pokemon to encounter. Overfarming with quite a lot here. Let's see here. Body Slam is going to be able to connect and actually get some nice damage on them. As I try to go for the Octazooka very likely. Maybe an Outrage. Let's see. It's going to be the Octazooka. And the attack is going to drop harshly, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. 50% chance, it is what it is. We're gonna see still knock on, you can align yourself. What do they have in the back? It is going to be the Empoleon. I guess it's good for you to go into your Chandelure here, actually. Empoleon is going to do resisted damage, you do not super effective, but neutral damage actually against them. And as you gonna see here, that Incinerate damage is adding up quite fast. I'm fearing that they might get to another Hydro Cannon, but I think it might come... Okay, you gotta decide to go for a charge move anyway. Now it's going to be quite an interesting one here. They decide to use a shield. They still should be able to go for another charge move here. And so, Hydro Cannon is gonna get shielded. In comes the Wigglytuff, and you can get at least some damage on them, and I feel like you're going to be fine. Icy Wind is going to be super effective against the Credilli, but 2 Rock Slides should... You would not go for the Grass Knot. Grass Knot should not be enough, right? yeah, you need 2 charge moves anyway. So like going for a double rock slide would have been most likely the smarter play because you get there one fast move earlier. But it is what it is. You still should be able to win this battle. And now going for the rock slide when you could have also went for the grass knot is quite fun. But let's move on to the next opponent. Final opponent for today, most likely as well. Maybe there's another one. I don't know. Like those battles are kind of fast here today. We're going to have the Whiscash in the lead. Whiscash is not really known for doing really fast battles, so I would expect that there's going to be something here that is going to take a little bit. We will see those mud bombs or scald spam, whichever they choose for. They're gonna go for the scald and don't get the debuff as they swap out into a Mantine. Quite an interesting play because now you're going to be able to align yourself a little bit better as well. You can still go for the rock slide here and you can go into your Credilli afterwards, which can take a move quite easily. I actually like this play, but I think they can still outspeed you, do they? No, they don't outspeed you. Okay, you can still go for a charge move, but now they can go for the full farm down. And so they're going to be forced to use a shield here. And you have to hope that they don't have Ice Beam. Ice Beam would be kind of awkward for you because Ice Beam would be super effective against the Credilli. And you swap out actually into the Chandelure, trying to just, yeah, take the move here. It is going to be the Water Pulse. Goodbye, Chandelure. That was a quick one for you. But can we see another Credilli sweep? Let's find out. This is going to be definitely not an Ice Beam because Water Pulse was already revealed. And so, let's see what is going to be in the back here. It's going to be a Whiscash again and a Graveler. That is quite a mad one. Graveler is quite a Pokemon that you can easily take down with the Credilli, and so that's going to be it for this game as well. And yeah, this was quite an interesting one here. The opponent's still trying their best, still using a shield, so this is basically it for the video. Again, hopefully you enjoyed this one here. The Chandelure, definitely a cool Pokemon to run. Thanks so much for sending in the battles. Also, if you want to send in some battles, link is always down in the description, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.